Now coming out, former President Donald Trump has claimed that his campaign was hacked by Iran back in June. This was around about the time that he was set to announce his running mate for the 2024 US election. All of this as Kamala Harris is surging in the polls, proving popular in a number of swing states. Now joining me by the US Foreign and Security Policy Professor David Dunn. Professor David Dunn, thank you so much for joining me. So Kamala Harris, she's apparently surging in the polls. Donald Trump tells us that he may have been hacked. Can you tell us more about those two stories?
Yes, the hacking story is very concerning in a number of regards. The suggestion is that this is Iran who has been hacking the Republican Party's computers, which shows two things. It shows that there are hostile states intent on interfering in the presidential election, and it shows that there are real vulnerabilities. It wasn't just that they tried to do it, they were successful in stealing information from the Republicans and passing those to a left-wing news outlet, Politico, that's a problem in terms of the security of the election. It's also a problem in terms of actually the trust that people have in the whole electoral process. We know that whenever Donald Trump loses, that he actually says that he didn't lose, he was cheated. And of course, when you have foreign states interfering in the electoral process or trying to, it actually gives credibility to those ideas in the minds of certain voters. So the Republicans are clearly concerned about that. The momentum with Harris seems to build. The opinion polls have actually stopped their steady decline that we saw under Joe Biden, whereby his numbers were appalling. His approval ratings were catastrophic, but lower than any president has ever been re-elected. In fact, he gave an interview today when he said that one of the reasons why he stopped his nomination and re-election campaign was that he realized that it wasn't just the presidency that the Democrats looked to lose, but actually key states in Congress and the House and in the Senate, and therefore there was a need for him to pull out and to redirect the campaign, and that's what we've seen. So not only has Harris stopped that slide in the opinion polls, she has actually, in some polls, gone ahead both nationally and in the swing states, ahead of Donald Trump. And crucially, also on the issue of who do you trust most with the economy. There's one poll out today that shows that actually Harris is more trusted on the economy than Donald Trump. So Trump's had a fairly bad 3 weeks, a bad week in particular, and he doesn't really have found his footing on how to deal with Harris. Rather than talk about the issue, which the Republican Party want him to do, what instead he's done is to go for personal attacks, calling her a low IQ individual, and other such things, which shows a lack of discipline as far as many Republicans are concerned. So the Wall Street Journal, the conservative Wall Street Journal, had an article this week where they said, have the Republicans lost an entirely winnable election by choosing Donald Trump, who seems unable to actually maximize the opportunity that they present?
Well, Professor David Dunn, thank you very much for your thoughts. Interesting stuff.